Hi, welcome back to the Blind LP of Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Path. I think we can try to do some logic or deduce, perhaps. What did Blaze... Let's see. What did Blaze dig up? Was Blaze a kidnapper? Were they partners in crime? Could we connect that? Okay, we got that. Okay, we got it. Okay. If we suppose that Blaze was one of the kidnappers, it becomes more likely that what he dug up yesterday is connected to the abduction. Ah! What is it? I figured it out. It was treasure. No. Couldn't Blaze have dug up the ransom money? Maybe? The $100 million ransom. Buried in the ground until the heat had died down. It's certainly possible. I know, right? Okay. Okay, I think we're supposed to deduce something, but what exactly are we supposed to deduce? That... Is this plot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Oh wait, with the age of... Something must be... somebody's blood. Is there anybody's blood? We don't know. Can I just see? Left at the crime scene 12 years ago belonged to someone other than the victim, Cameron. Did anyone else bleed? Okay, let's take a look. Didn't belong to Cameron. Culprit likely placed the shoes on the victim's feet after he had died. Oh, is this it? Eureka! Oh no! Hang on, how do I how? Oh no! How is it? Okay. The shoes belong to someone else. The blood belongs to someone else. So the snow was melted by the fire? We should keep in mind when exactly the fire started and take a closer look at the area. We did, didn't we? This seems to be the only area without any snow. It must have been melted by the fire caused by the child at the orphanage. The disasters just kept coming for this orphanage. After the fire, multiple murders occurred. After the fire? If the snow had melted, wouldn't that mean... Wait, hang on. If the snow had melted, it snowed before the fire started, right? So the fire started after the snow. Okay, hang on. So the fire started after the snow. What would make it contradict that? Okay, so a murder happened before the fire, and the fire happened, and then the fire burnt out. Murder happened before the fire burnt out some evidence, but there's blood left still, and then another murder occurred. Is that it? So what am I trying to find out here now? What am I trying to deduce from that? Mysterious bloodstain. Okay, left at the crime scene 12 years ago belonged to someone other than the victim. Yes. Victim's shoes didn't belong to Cameron. Culprit likely placed the shoes on the... I don't know. Prior to the incident, a child's prank caused the fire on the facility grounds. Prior to the incident, a child's prank caused... Prior to the incident, but which? But it burnt out. Eureka! This is a clear contradiction. I have no idea whether I'm right. Huh? You mean this bloodstain? Do you see how this bloodstain is broken up by the remains of the fire? This is proof that the fire occurred after the blood had scattered around the area. It's just that I didn't know what evidence to point out. How about I thought the fire occurred before the murder? Okay, it's a murder, then fire, then murder. That's it, isn't it? It seems that that information is suspect as well, if the fire had broken out after the murder. Then the child who started the fire should have seen the body and the bloodstains. Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that. So he would have seen the body and the bloodstains, true. Wait. Why then did they not come forward as a witness? It is likely that would have put Blaze at a great disadvantage. Guess we'll need to investigate this fire in more detail. Okay, I don't know why I'm so confused. Hey, you! Yes, sir! There should be some records of the fire in the police department under a different case file. I want you to bring me every last investigation report about the fire. Understood, Shifu? Oh, and one more thing. What is it, sir? Contact the House of Lang in Zhengfao. There should be evidence from this case. It's morning, so I think you might hear some birds. There should be evidence from this case in my old man's room. What do you mean? I just remembered why I recognize this scene. A long time ago, I saw a picture in my old man's room. It was a drawing resembling this scene. What did you say? However, I think it looked like something a child drew. A child? Then the artist may have been the culprit behind the fire. Okay. It should still be somewhere in my old man's room. Have them send it over here. Understood, sir. Yes, please. Oh, it didn't get too full. Okay. Turn it off. Shifu, I'm back. I brought the info on the fire the kick started and a photo of the drawing in your father's office. And also, I've been waiting for this. Hurry up and hand them over. The information held by Agent Lang's father. Okay, this is crucial. This is it. It's exactly what I remembered. This was a picture drawn by the child depicting the night of the incident. Hang on, pause. Before they take it away from me, let's see. Kita see an elephant playground swing. There, he's holding a bouquet. The president is holding a bouquet in one hand and a plushie in the other hand. And the time is 12. And the assassin guy. Why is he there? The assassin guy and probably his dog? There's a pink bunny on the bottom right. A pink bunny. Okay, let's continue. It sure looks like it was drawn with a child's touch. As I thought, the one who drew this is most likely the child who started the fire. The child is pretty good at drawing. Shifu! What now? Sorry, but it's gonna have to wait. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Why do you think my old man had this? Perhaps he obtained it during the course of his investigation into the incident. Although I don't know why he would have concealed it. Agent Lang might be able to see the details of the fire. Yeah, sure. Allow me to read it post-haste. The boy who started the fire snuck out of bed on the night of the incident. Huh? It seems this boy went missing several days later. What? Don't tell me that he witnessed something he shouldn't have. That's horrible. He was only a child after all. While I'd hate for that to be the case, we can't rule out the possibility entirely. He could have been killed. Huh? Apparently the boy left some stuff behind at the orphanage and it was taken as evidence. What's this? Oh, we know what that is. What's that doing here? Okay, I'm piecing it together. So, that horn belongs to the doll that the president had. And the doll the president had was missing a horn. So, wait. What does that mean? That means that... So, that means the boy is related to the president somehow. Okay. Yes, I know one piece of evidence that's related to it. Which piece of evidence is related to what the boy left behind? Oh, that's easy. After the investigation, that's it.
Take that!
I don't know what it's doing here. But isn't that the missing horn from this Mozilla doll? No way, you mean this came off the president's... You know of it? Yeah, I've noticed the president kept it close by as a decoration. I always thought it was strange how one of the horns was missing. If you twist the horn, this doll will play back any previously recorded audio. So if we put the missing horn back in place, we might be able to hear a different recording. Indeed, it is possible. The doll is currently on the 51st floor of the Grand Top. What is it doing there? Oh yeah, okay. Hey you! You heard that, right? Yes sir, I'll be right back. Shifu, I've got it, the mighty Mozilla doll. Well done. Give it to the prosecutor over there. If we insert the horn found at the orphanage into the doll. It's a perfect fit. Well, can you hear anything? Mr. Huang, it's Amy. It's been a while. I saw the news that you would be coming to this country. Wait, Amy? I was really nervous about doing this, but I decided to send you a message. Who is Amy? Wait, hang on. She's Patricia. Who's Amy? This is Jill. Who is Amy? No one we know, right? Yet, as of now. Am I just forgetting things? No, we don't know who's Amy, okay. Alright. Fine. Please, stop the playback. Judge Courtney. What's wrong? Stop it, now! Why? It's a boy. Your son. He's just been born. I'm sorry, that's all I wanted to tell you. His name is John Marsh. It's a fine name for him, don't you think? I guess that's the real mother of John? Marsh? Did she just say John? I'll be waiting in the courtyard of the orphanage at midnight on February 9th. Even if it's just once, I want John to be able to meet you. I'm sorry if I'm being selfish, but I'll be waiting. So maybe Amy is the real mother? No way, that was my... John. What's the meaning of this? Miss Scott, why are you all so surprised? Obviously they are not real child and mother. The age gap is too small. Kind of. Yeah. John is not my real son. He's adopted. Did John know about this? I think he should. Of course he knew. John's mother, Amy Marsh, passed away about 5 years ago. She and I were cousins. Okay, cousins, alright. Since we were young, we've always been really close. We were all often mistaken for sisters. That's why when she passed away, I thought it was only natural that I look after John. Also, There were circumstances which prevented me from revealing his father's identity. I never even told John his father's name. And now it's all been revealed thanks to the recording on that doll. Did John's mother send the doll to the president? Hey, John, was he, the president, really my dad? Yes, he was. Before you were born, Amy worked as a diplomat at Zhengfa. A diplomat, so that must be how she became acquainted with President Huang. Hang on, didn't you tell me she worked at the orphanage? Yes, after returning to this country, Amy left her job as a diplomat. She always had great passion for charity work, so she began working at the orphanage.
Not so fast!
What? Hey, Miss Courtney. So this Amy girl, she called the president there herself, but she never showed up at the scene of the SS5 incident. What's with that? Amy couldn't make it. Apparently someone had been following her the whole night. Perhaps it was Blaze. I can't say for certain, but it's possible that it was his doing. After that, Amy never got another chance to see the president again. So she died 5 years ago. This conversation must be painful for John. Alright. Hey, John, you thirsty? How about I buy us both some juice? We can go together. I'm a part of this too. I'll listen until the end. Besides, I can afford to buy my own juice. That's true. Oh, shut down, Mikey. John, do you understand the reason I met with the president 2 days ago? The secret meeting from 2 nights ago. I wanted to tell him about Amy's death and that you were alive and well. But I see, that's why you couldn't tell us your reasons for meeting with the president until now. I get it. She would have had to reveal his connection with John. I brought a bouquet of lion lilies so that he would understand I truly did know about Amy. Those flowers are a dear memory to the president and Amy. The first present she received from the president was a bouquet of lion lilies. But now, even he has passed away. If only he was still alive. Perhaps I could have introduced him to John. Shifu! I'm sorry to interrupt this atmosphere, but there's something I need to say. Yeah, he's been trying to say something French just now. Oh, what is it now? Can't this wait? Well, actually, there's one last item that's been delivered here from Zhengfa. I have here the president's will. What? The president's will. My old man received a great number of special medals from the president himself. As a token of his trust, the president left his will in the protection of the Lion clan. Those medals and that will, they were the pride of our clan. Our family treasure, so to speak. This is... Agent Lang, does that will have something to do with the current case? Yeah, bet it does. It says here, I hereby acknowledge John Marsh as my own son. Oh. What? John's name is in the president's will? Are you certain that will was written by the president? Yeah, he entrusted it to the Lang clan even before the SS5 incident took place. They'll have to appraise it back home. But by the name of the Lang clan, this is the real deal. Dijun Huang was the president of an entire nation. The existence of his son would have caused considerable controversy. However, he left behind a will just in case. This makes it doubly sure. I still can't believe it myself, but there's no room for doubt. John Marsh, you are the son of Dijun Huang, president of Zhengfa. John! John! Oh, to be continued. Here? Oh, okay. That's pretty short. Should I stop here? But you know what? I'll continue a bit. John. So that guy was my dad. He found out about his own birth so suddenly, and furthermore, his newfound father is no longer in this world. I'd always been searching for my dad. John, I get it, alright? He's the president. I know it's a complicated situation, but we even met face to face during the filming. So then why? Huh? Why didn't he tell me who he really was? I'm sorry, John. Mom, you don't need to apologize. No matter how you look at it, it's all my fault. Yesterday I broke my promise with you and didn't even notice the fire on the roof. So I destroyed everything. I crushed it all. My dad. And those flowers that my mom carefully grew. John, please, for now, just don't think about anything. Just stay like this for a little while. Just for a little while, okay? The bond between a parent and child. That's the meaning behind lion lilies. I know it's not my style, but that flower is from Zhengfao. However, we have no means of protecting that bond. Agent Lang, allow me to say this. This case won't be solved by sentimentality alone. Therefore, shouldn't we do all that we can to solve it? Yeah, you're right. The recreation of the past has finished. Were your father's deductions correct? My old man took his deductions to the grave. He never told anyone about them. So, who knows if they were right or not? In that case, what about your own deductions? I would like to hear what you think happened based on the recreation, in order for us to get closer to the truth of 12 years ago. Yeah, I was thinking it's about time. I can see it now. My old man's back, real close. I'll catch up to him for sure. To the truth that my old man uncovered. Okay, let's listen to you. There's no mistake that the president went to the orphanage. The staff tower is proof of that. He was planning to meet up with Amy Marsh. However, the president was kidnapped, and Cameron just happened to witness it. If Cameron hadn't been there, it probably would have just been a kidnapping with no mother. Afterwards, the body was moved to the flower beds and a fake photo was taken. Was that what really happened 12 years ago? I don't know, something's weird. Why must a murder happen? However, there's one thing I still don't get. Something you don't get. Is this, why did they need to take a fake photo? Why would they go through all that trouble and even make the president take part in the photo? That's true. However, the answer to that riddle must lie somewhere within. Once you get past the layers upon layers of deductions, we shall surely reach it. Yeah, that's right. I'd like to hear your deductions as well. I know it's too complicated for me right now. Okay, let's see. There's no mistake that the president went to the orphanage. Agent Lang, I'd like to verify a few things that may have seemed obvious at first glance. Are we certain that the president actually went to the orphanage? Okay, I get it. You're saying you want proof. Everyone's always demanding proof from Mr. Edgeworth. After all, you didn't have to tell him that. The stuffed toy is proof of that. He was planning to meet with Amy Marsh. You mean this stuffed animal? The one with the recording device? That's right. Inside that toy was a recording from John's birth mother, Amy Marsh. Indeed, she said that she would meet with him at midnight. Wow, you two are perfectly insane. The truth is becoming clearer, like you're peeling off the layers of a scallion. Okay, a scallion doesn't have anything on the inside. Please don't make such foreboding analogies. The truth is becoming clear, like you're peeling off the skin of a wolf. Ouch. Can you stop making those foreboding analogies? Oh, boys. Let's get back on track. However, the president was kidnapped and Cameron just happened to witness it, right?
Hold it!
I'd also like to verify the details of this point as much as possible. Mr. Cameron witnessed the president and his kidnapper near the orphanage. And Mr. Cameron was standing by the snowman near the road. Then, the murderer picked up a brick, snuck up on him from behind and wham! Okay, we are simply verifying what actually transpired. There's no need to be scared. That was so intense! Half the details of this case just vanished from my brain. Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Lang, let's carefully verify all the facts of this case. If you're gonna listen, I'll talk as much as you want. If Cameron hadn't been there, it probably would have just been a kidnapping. If he hadn't been there, you say, that's an interesting theory. Care to explain more in detail? It's simple. Cameron was killed because he saw the kidnapping. The kidnapping itself was a success. If he hadn't been there, no blood would have been spilled. No blood would have been spilled. No blood would have been spilled. You make it sound like it was his own fault for being there. Okay, that's not it. What Agent Lang's trying to say is, simply besides Mr. Cameron, there were no other casualties at the crime scene, which is wrong. Oh, was that all? Of course that's obvious. The president was kidnapped, but once the ransom money was paid, he was returned to safe and sound. That sounds like an obvious point, however. Something about it bothers me. I may need to re-evaluate the evidence once more. You've done explaining things to your assistant? I have one last thing to confirm. Afterwards, the body was moved to the flower beds and a fake. That's also an important point. I'd like to take another good clean look. Yeah, I'm with you there. Let's start with what Cameron saw before he was murdered. Cameron witnessed the president and the kidnapper in front of the orphanage. However, the culprit wanted to conceal the connection between the incident and the orphanage. That's right. That's why Cameron's original roll of film was disposed of, and a fake photo was taken of them standing outside. Yes, and Cameron's body was then moved to match the photo. It's finally becoming clear. The secret that was buried in the snow for 12 years. Is it the truth of the SS5 incident? Mr. Edgeworth? What's the matter? There is still something hidden. What do you mean? There is a piece of evidence that cannot be explained by Agent Lang's theory. As long as there's a contradiction, we'll have to present it in order to advance our reasoning. That it probably would have just been kidnapping with murder. That should be it, actually. Yeah. The blood? Perhaps?
Objection!
If the eyewitness, Cameron, had not been there, no murder would have taken place. Is that really the case? The criminal's goal was only to kidnap the president. If there were no witnesses, there would have been no need to commit murder, right? And what if Cameron wasn't the only one who was murdered? There was a large blood stain near the flower beds, that's right. However, Cameron was murdered near the snowman, ergo, this bloodstain could not have belonged to Cameron. Someone else's blood was spilled, so yeah, and quite a vast amount at that. Yeah, someone was killed first, then the fire. It's hard to believe, however, that is what the evidence indicates. On that night, 12 years ago, there were 2 murders, yeah. Are you saying that the other murder was covered up? Who? Just who would have been killed? Could have been. A murder that was cleverly concealed. All traces of it were erased, and the incident itself was completely deleted from the case files. However, there's one piece of evidence that still remains intact after 12 years. Sorry? Piece of evidence that remains intact. The kid, right? I think it's the kid. Yeah, the child. The child. Should be the child. Yes. Yeah.
Take that!
The other murder incident was buried in the dark by Blaze the Best. However, there is still one piece of evidence that remains. Agent Lang survived by your father's hands. My old man, you say? Please recall. There was one more thing that was hidden along the traces of the murder. And that is the existence of the boy who caused the fire. Why did Blaze make the boy disappear? Did he kill him? What was the thing he wasn't supposed to see? Everything is wrong in this picture. Okay. Yeah. See that? That's the assassin guy. The Mozilla doll, yeah. The assassin guy. Right?
Take that!
Yeah. A man with a knife and a large black dog. He is none other than Sir Han Dugan. What? The assassin? Why would an assassin appear before a president? The answer is clear. To kill him. Indeed, what occurred that night on the orphanage grounds 12 years ago was not kidnapping. It was a presidential assassination. Then Miss Rowland and Mr. Blaze were? Yes, the two were likely partners in crime. One finished the orphanage 2 years as the scene of the incident, and the other covered up the young boy's testimony. It's likely that Mr. Cameron was murdered because he witnessed the assassination itself. After all, the kidnapping never actually happened. It was a murder. Stop messing around! You're saying that the president was assassinated 12 years ago. But the body would have decomposed, right? We just found his body today. He's been alive up until now. That's right. I mean, we met him ourselves. If the president was assassinated 12 years ago and the president's body was found today, it didn't get frozen, right? Yeah, okay. Are you sure about that? There is a possibility that there were two presidents. That's right. Up until now, I've been getting a strange feeling from the president. Even so, I still respect the man. Zhengfa is a small country, but he carried the nation with his rank. The image of President Huang that Agent Lang described. You are wrong. He revealed his true form. Differs far too greatly from the President Huang we knew. It's as if they were two entirely different people. If there were in fact two Zhengfa presidents, exactly how would such a scenario be possible? What would make the existence of the two presidents possible? Well, all of them are possible. But if we had a twin, people would notice if the twin goes missing. Right? So if we were to assume that one of them was a body double, wouldn't it be possible? A body double. President Huang possessed immense power and authority in Zhengfa. I'm sure there were those who envied his position and made attempts on his life. Yes, just as he was attacked a few days ago at Gold Lake. It's true, there were those who sought Huang's life from time to time, but I can't easily believe there were two presidents, at least not without any evidence. How do I prove that there were two presidents? I don't know how to prove that there were two presidents. The blood belonged to someone other than the victim?
Take that!
If you look at this evidence, I think I'm wrong. Hey, Mrs. Prosecutor, unfortunately I have no idea what you're talking about. Evidence doesn't speak. Yep. Nope. If only we knew that the president was in 2 different places at the same time. Knew that they were in 2 different places at the same time. Then we can prove that there were 2. Let's look at the evidence and reorganize the incident again. How could there be 2 Mr. Huangs? Show the proof. Evidence that proves there were 2 presidents. What would it be? The thing he laid to rest in front of the flower bed 12 years ago, you simply must retrieve it. The body? The dead body? Okay. Dai Long confirmed it. On the evening of the incident, the president was at the Zhengfa embassy until midnight. Wait. Until midnight? At the Zhengfa embassy. Tai Long confirmed. Is that it?
Take that!
Has Agent Lang not noticed this contradiction? Or has he noticed it but can't admit it? What is it, Mr. Prosecutor? Don't shout something out only to suddenly clam up. According to the recording on the door, the president visited. However, that should not have been possible. How? Why is that? Why? Because at the time, the president should have been at the embassy. He was together with Agent Lang's father. So, Agent Lang, you really didn't notice. He was in 2 places at the same time, ergo there must have been 2 presidents. Then which of the 2 was the real president on that day 12 years ago? Most likely the one who died. Yeah. Who contracted Dogen to murder Huang? Well, the photo.
Take that!
The photo taken with Cameron was taken after he was murdered, and he was murdered because he witnessed the presidential assassination. In other words, the photo must have been taken following the assassination. Given that, who is the president pictured in the fake photo? We must consider him to be the body double. In other words, the body double had the real president murdered and then took his place. Patricia, Roland, and Blaze must have cooperated. Huang's body was never found. Just where could it have disappeared to? It was buried. It was buried underground. But wouldn't it have decomposed? By then, how did his body appear intact? Wouldn't it have decomposed?
Objection!
The answer to that is already quite apparent. This is where the real president's body was. The flower bed? This? Laid to rest in front of the flower bed 12 years ago. That's it, isn't it? It's a dead body. It's his dead body. I don't know how. Does it not decompose? Unless it's a fake. The fake president did it. That's the fake president's body that we see now. Oh, you won't accept that? So must I show a picture of the flower bed? We'll see. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, where did the president's body disappear to? Maybe you really don't have an answer for that. No, Agent Lang. The answer to that is already quite apparent. The flower bed. That. This.
Take that!
Last night, there was something Blaze had to unearth with his own 2 hands. And we will find out what it is, although we already know what it is. in the next episode. So until then, thank you for watching and goodbye.